to get the kit, they're going to run kitless on Inferno. That is risky. I kind of like it, though. I don't mind it. Rare to not see it, right? Especially on a map like Inferno. Look at the live odds brought to you by LootBet, our betting partner. They've been homies throughout the last 10 weeks, and they are favoring PACT just like you are, Scriv. But with the utility on endpoint, looking like it could be a bit of a quick pace burner, and it is.
Yeah, speed being employed, of course. A little crazy. They're going to get flanked out quickly. Max will spot this at the very least. On his way out, looking to play it nice and safe and passive. The return flash from the CT side, super effective. So they find the first frag on that PACT end. And this is somewhat of a wild pistol for sure. The word of the day, to be honest. Crucial, though, holding things down in the apartments. We got Robin in pit. Crucial falls. Robin has his work cut out from this position. They are trapped in the site. This is really not looking good. Another great flash. Flame's going to try and find a frag, but he can't. Ooh. My goodness, a little messy up close. But a flawless pistol for PACT to open us up.
Wow. I enjoy the pace from endpoint there. As soon as he spots that banana push, though, he knows he can't get away. The counter flash from Lunatic, I believe it was spot on. I feel like the flashes, in fact, that whole round from PACT were just really good. And as you pointed out on Vertigo, the exact same storyline. Their utility support for these star players on PACT is kind of wild. Without the flashes, I don't know if Sobel gets 3. But endpoint gonna plant, full save here. Gonna try to rush down a site, maybe get another plant Scriv with these Glocks and maybe some P250, some Deagles. And they'll be loaded coming into the next round, which means PACT's bonus buy is going to have a little more pressure on it. I liked the endpoint look, though. I always enjoy fast-paced pistol rounds, especially towards A on Inferno. B can be overhit at times. As Darko looking to make some money, Scriv, I think he may. Oh, wow.
Hold on. Nade does manage to find one there, though, so pretty big from Manise. A lot of damage done. Still feels like anybody's game, but the boost's pretty effective. Or is it? Okay, through the smoke, they're able to deny Mighty Max from living any longer. Surreal's on 6 HP. What does he do here, right? Going to try and beat them to the A bomb site, really. It's a race, a mind game. I think he'll make it across and get the bomb plant, right? Sobol's not moved, so they can be happy with this. 3 kills and a plant off the back of a very light buy. Pretty decent result for Endpoint.
It's not bad at all. Yeah, bomb down. Surreal. I mean, if Sobel comes here by himself, I know he's confident because he knows he just has a pistol and armor, but... Or at max pistol and armor, right? If they give Surreal a chance, Griv... Because you have to imagine, he planted for Halls, and if they just don't clear this, Sobel jumps up. If that headshot would have come in from Surreal, I would have started to believe, but just a couple body shots, not enough. Diffuse comes in. Endpoint, all things considered, good damage, which means they've set themselves up nicely to break the CT economy on 1 round win. Double bomb plant allows the op and full utility. I mean, really good looks for Endpoint. And yeah, there you go. Look at that CT money. Rarely being broken, right? You'll see a lot of teams here have that bonus, lose maybe 1 player in the previous round. But losing 3 puts them in a lose eco situation, which is a rarity.
Early nades ringing out in Banana, but of course PACT are being very careful, like you said, I think, not to make any mistakes. A gamble choice to move 4 players to A. See whether it pays off. Obviously, time will tell with that. Minute and 10 seconds as we see a soft execute over the top. Probably looking to double pump in. Oh, Manise, though, going to catch. No! Mighty Max saves Robin from death. An absolute hero. Meanwhile, Manise going to be kicking himself he didn't find that frag.
Wow. Big one from Mighty Mac. Sobel through the smoke. All right, Surreal. Bodied. Crucial. Posted on this angle. Big pick if he can find it. It's the only B player remaining. I think Endpoint have a bit of an itch and a bit of a guess to that's happening. The B player hasn't thrown a smoke yet with 30 seconds, so this is going to tell Endpoint, we got to go. We got to go now. This B player has no utility, and he's more than likely alone. What a read from Endpoint, Scriv.
Yeah, absolutely. Genius move. Darko, though, trying to genius move himself. Not going to happen in the way that he'd want. At the very least, finds a frag, buying some time. The bomb is out in the open, and no one's retrieved it just yet. There's not a lot of time. Thankfully, no one around to deny the bomb plant, so they just about get it in, but a slight panicked moment for Endpoint for sure. Smoke going to dissipate now. Crucial looking to try and find the first frag. It's actually Flames to do so. Crucial going to drop. To still being kept close and competitive by PACT. Not all said and done just yet. Split across the B bomb site. It's the T side. A key frag coming in for Sobol. Finds the second as well. Clutching up for PACT. And it's awfully close, but they will fend off that third round bye and get themselves 3 in a row.
Okay. I thought the trades there were good for Endpoint, Scriv, getting into the site. But PACT showing their strength on this map, aren't they? Looking like Titans. Another plant, another buy. Op for Crucial, rifles for the rest, Scriv. And they're just so close to getting over the line. But this is the strength of the CT side, and PACT specifically, Scriv. Endpoint, again, a very slow start to the default. PACT have been doing deep smokes towards Banana at the start of every round, and a second one. What does this do? Well, it allows Lunatic to go ahead and take deep control, which means Endpoint's default across the map has to be slowed, and they're going to try to take it in a moment here. Lunatic going to get cleared out, misses the opening headshot, and Mighty Max will punish him. That's big. Again, opening pick for Endpoint, back-to-back rounds from the same player. This time they got to capitalize.
Three of them creeping up. Banana, Manice on the other side, waiting for them. Darko to help him out. This is a deadly setup. They really can't mess this one up. Crucial trying to jump across. Shots are rung off, but nothing lands. Darko, meanwhile, moving out of the way. They readjust their setup, but still helping each other. Really cool stuff here from PACT, from the B hold. Endpoint not fancying their chances with it. So, 30 seconds left. They move back towards this A bomb site. Goofy ready and waiting. Could be deadly inside the smoke. Here's one bounce through behind him. Gonna creep out to find Mighty Max. Lovely stuff. Sobol, meanwhile, in the pit. Does get naded down, but playing in and around the smoke. Are they 100% sure that he's here? Not quite. He wins. No fights, however. Flame's gonna take down Goofy. And Darko and Manice, although quick on the rotate, not able to get anything. Endpoint finally getting that first round on the board. Doesn't take them too long. And they do very well off of that early advantage.
Woo! They finally turned the opening pick into something, Scriv. Endpoint, a sigh of relief, I'd imagine. Entry frag from Mighty Max. And a hug in the big pit. They'll be up to that breadstick on the board. Man, how good would the garlic breadstick be right now with some marinara sauce? Whew. I don't know why my references are to food, Scriv.
Have you eaten today or what?
I woke up and I actually made a raisin bagel with peanut butter. I was very proactive. I woke up an hour and a half before cast because I knew we were doing MIBR. I actually did some stretch, some meditation, and yoga. That part's a lie, but I did have a coffee and a bagel.
I was going to question that, I can't lie, but fair enough. You did it for us. But yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fasting recently. You tried this? It's all the rage.
Works really well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and dedicate to it. Maybe even shorten the window. Either way, Flames opening up with a double. Okay. Shutting us right up. B-bomb site vulnerable. They're going to charge forwards, almost finding Goofy, but his quick rotation is not quick enough. Should go down momentarily here. He does find a frag. I mean, credit to him on low HP. And he's also here, and it's very open. Endpoint have moved in quickly. Again, too quickly for the Pack boys to deal with. The AWP going to go down. That was their only hope for the round. And Sobol making a lot of noise here. Surreal underneath him, pops up, peekaboo, takes him down, and it will be that second round for Endpoint on the board. So not too costly. Bare minimum of 3 and all that good stuff. PACT now having to eco one out as well. It was going to be a double eco situation anyway, so you can justify the force in the previous. But very quickly, Endpoint evening up the score. Well, they should be. Should be, is maybe the prominent word.
Well, there you go, Flames. Good entry. Endpoint want to fly high like David Blaine. Apparently he attached himself to a bunch of balloons, Scriv. Didn't know this. A bunch of helium balloons. He lived every kid's dream. So that's kind of cool.
I watched this morning on Joe Rogan. He like put a ice pick through his arm.
David Blaine is something else.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It is weird. Because that's like not even a trick. Do you know what I mean? It's just,
I mean, his stomach into an aquarium is something wild too.
Yeah, just a bit wild. That's all he kind of does, really.
The minute a CS player turns his stomach into an aquarium and at land pukes up a goldfish, that would be something crazy. Not as wild as these USPs. Crucial. You need help. What is going on? We're talking about David Blaine puking a live goldfish.
This has got to be the equivalent, surely.
Like, this has to be the CS equivalent, yeah. He's losing to full USPs. And Manish has his op. Oh, man.
I don't know, man. Apparently you say his name 3 times and magic.
Just don't do it in the mirror.
Absolutely not. Good God. 20 seconds left. Surreal. They know where he's at. Manish even through the smoke takes him down. What the heck?
That's a motivation killer.
Yeah, Endpoint really going to be kicking themselves.
Ooh.
That's like the easy third, you know, focus on the next. And I think they had their mind in the next. Certainly letting it get away from them. And that's one of the things as well with this new 5th player. And the fact that they've not played for a while is those little rounds. Sometimes, you know, you're not as clean as you'd like. And it starts to slip away from you. The tight-knit 5-man unit definitely coming under question in that round. And they're going to have to mull over it for a little while, because we have a pause, of course. Main man's dropped out on that pack side. The guy I chose, Darko, he dropped out last game as well, so clearly having a few issues this morning. This morning? This afternoon. I don't know why that word came out of my mouth, but there you are.
This morning?
It's somewhere in the world.
True.
So, just not here in sunny Malta, of course. Is it sunny? Let me check the weather.
I was going to say, you can't say that like it's fact.
It is clear with periodic clouds.
Yeah, it sounds sunny to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take that. It's raining right now. I mean, sorry, I meant to be like doing the bit, aren't I? That I'm in.
It's raining in England. You know, it's a shocker. Yeah, we're all surprised. Right.
Yeah. I mean, recently we've been having slightly more defined seasons, but then every now and then.
You gonna get snow this year?
Probably not. To be honest.
When was the last time you saw snow?
Not as harshly defined. Maybe 3 years ago.
I wish.
Yeah, it's definitely not as harshly defined as it is for you guys, but like, I don't know.
Like,
dude.
do you have fall? Obviously.
Yeah.
But like, just no snow comes after fall.
No, it's just really cold and
so
the
it's
days
like
are
a
short.
permanent. So it's like a permanent Halloween look. for like the
lot
entirety
of
of Christmas.
A lot of ice we get. It does get cold enough, and then because it doesn't snow, it's like the roads and
I see
sidewalks, but pavements are a little dangerous because there's black ice like everywhere. So,
okay. You excited for Halloween?
Yeah, I've never been the biggest proponent.
What are you gonna go as?
I don't know, dude. I've never really tried that hard. Maybe I'll try hard this year. Someone might host. You know, we're all becoming adults in my friend group, so maybe someone will host something proper. Maybe I will.
Like a cool adult Halloween party. Yeah.
What about moving out? You see, and like, I don't know. One of the places that I'm looking at with my friend, it looks really nice, but it's not expensive, but I could find somewhere cheaper that would also, do you know what I mean? Like, it would be a little bit of a luxury, and I'm kind of trying to save and become financially literate and everything. But imagine, you know, it's spacious, got balcony. Imagine the Halloween party, Keith. When you get the call and I'm like, Keith,
I'm on my way. I'll be Cypher. Yeah. And I'll come on over. We'll have a hell of a time. Yeah. No, not her. Come on. She's annoying. Endpoint, round 7. We're going to try to get one back because, let's be real, last one stung. This balcony, keep in mind, is spammable. You can spam Sobel out of this position. He's just going to fall. Almost breaks his ankles, but he's got good movement. He'll land on the lip. And Crucial is going to get in here with the op, looking for a pick. I mean, even when Endpoint find opening picks, though, Scriv, at times they do fall apart. Good utility usage to start to facilitate and take over Bracket's control. And Crucial is waiting for that. He would wait the entirety of the round for that exact move from Manise.
Yeah, really good stuff, actually, because it's a slightly aggressive angle. Lunatic, meanwhile, on the site, along with Sobol, looking solid. Goofy also here. Yeah, Sobol's the player in pit, isn't he? Oh, goodness, they've been absolutely mowed down. The 4-man A-hold, once again, super effective from PACT. They have so much confidence in the anchor on B. And Endpoint, after the previous round, a little scared of the B-bomb site. So, solid stuff from PACT. Really looking good, and winning that cheeky round has paid absolute dividends. Hellcase. You know how it goes. The boys. Malta V 15. 2 codes for you guys to utilize. Some extra cash and a 15% refill bonus. What do you know? Magic. Talking about magic in this game, that's a little bit of magic as well. Free money. Who doesn't love free money?
It's very true. It's a good point, Scriv. Pack like 3 rounds on top of that. Looking like they're going to waltz off with a 6th. Endpoint will at least have another rifle round back, so they haven't had a double eco yet. That's nice. Flames does a little bit of the splits while he goes down. Also, just to keep everyone updated, because I'm keeping my eye on it, as I bet most of you are as well. MIBR picking Vertigo, overpass picked by Galaxy Racers, Inferno left over, currently in map 1, the elimination match. Galaxy Racers are up 8-1 on their T side, so that's a developing story which might have a sad ending for MIBR.
Yeah, the violins are on standby.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with September, but what are these headlines? Carol Baskin, Nelly,
yeah, I know,
and more to compete with dancers. Like, what is going on in September?
I don't know. I cannot imagine her dance. Although, to be fair, a lot of we had like a joking politician, a very famous Anne Widdecombe, and she was not good. You know what I mean? They always have to have the comic relief on shows like that, I suppose. And then someone who's like an ex-pop star who's clearly going to win.
Oh, of course.
You know, because they already know how to dance.
Just kind of like Manise in this angle, just bound to win. Ooh. Never mind. I'm sorry, Manise. I jinxed you. Lucky to be alive. Sobel's got his back. Robin has to reload. Otherwise, he'd probably go try to swing the op. Goofy. And towards Cubby. Manise repositioning. I mean, he's in a one-and-done spot with his HP. Hoping he'll get one, and he won't. Line up for Goofy. Only the one. Flames is giving chase. Can Manise hold on? Good nade. Shot in. He's so low. Can he find one more? No. Crucial. Good movement to jump on top. And it's been a while, but we have a retake situation.
Hell yeah. A chance for Endpoint to come back. Oh, and Crucial with the all-important flick, living up to his namesake. It'll all be onto Lunatic. Crucial playing contact, finds his 4K. Absolute beast. What a monster. As Endpoint are pulled kicking and screaming into that third round. Certainly close, certainly tough. And it did require a hero play. But all the same, they will be happy. They finally put a stop to PACT.
Whew. Everything's fine. Manice has his op though, Scriv, so maybe not so fine. He's been pretty good, I'd say, in the best of one against MIBR. Now here, carrying that over. As Endpoint look to do their 3-2 default. PACT have stopped like fighting Banana, right, with deep smokes and utility. They've started to just give that up and focus more on site-centric things. As Endpoint look to take practice control like they have before, and just beautiful crosshair placement from Manice. Smoke blooms, you count down in your head, and you pull the trigger. A little bit of luck involved, but Manice has been doing that all game long. And it looks like Endpoint giving up on Banana. Back into B, and look at the rotates from PACT Scriv. 4 members here.
Once again, it is their all-important 4-man hold. Manice looking solid up front. Mighty Max and Flames, though, fighting their way in. Manice is still alive, the danger man of this round. Looking to ring off another shot, but Mighty Max gets the drop on him going on high. Also takes down Lunatic. What is with the AWPs recently? Doesn't matter who has them, they're just finding all the frags. Darko looking to change that slightly. And this is certainly doable. A combined HP of 26 for Endpoint. Taken a different path, perhaps, from what they expect. Might be able to creep out and find Mighty Max if his timing is good enough. He's so unsure, and Mighty Max is the one with the good timing. Picks up his 4K on the AWP. There you go. It starts off with the Manice after a 4K in the previous from Crucial. And then Mighty Max picks up the AWP. I think he got 3 with the AWP, to be fair. Not all 4, but all the same. They just seem to be blessed in this game, Keith. Within 2 now for Endpoint. This is looking like a good, quick turnaround.
Wow, I mean, Mighty Max, hop in hand. What is going on? I thought PACT had that dead to rights. Next thing you know, they're getting picked apart. Wow. This T-sign shaping up. Endpoint finally breaking the money of PACT. We're not going to have those buys back and forth when one person has to go on a pistol, the other on a Mac 10, right? Back to the full pistols. And you want to know what's absurd, too? Within their 6 rounds, they've won 1 round with this exact buy. It was towards B, which has me very surprised Endpoint are going back to it. But it seems like they're very confident about it this time around, Scriv. Whew. And I guess that is because in most rifle rounds lately, Endpoint have been taking brackets. So Endpoint are like, you know what? Let's just not. We'll go back to B. No way they're going to stack here again.
Yeah, well, unfortunate history not going to repeat itself. Unfortunate for PACT, I suppose. Fortunate for Endpoint. All depends on your perspective. And now the shooting gallery opens up for Crucial. 3 for 3. Ah, there you go. He finally misses a shot, misses another, and now has to be a bit more careful. We'll keep going. In with the 4th, the eco ace for Crucial. Stolen by Robin. Boo. Nonetheless, Endpoint moving up to 5. Now within 1. PACT have to hold on to their lead in this round, Keith. The pressure really quickly is stacking. After, you know, a really, really good string of rounds coming off the back of the USP win, PACT have now hit a bit of a brick wall.
Well, it's their bounce back round. Unique off. Just lacking that fire and utility. The smoke that they wanted to toss towards half wall gets denied. Darko eating nades and maybe some bullets soon. I don't think they really knew he was here, but now they know. His name, yeah, Lance, but I think he's dead to rights. He is. Crucial will find his teammate, and Goofy has to stand on his head and spray 3 down, and he will. Okay, Goofy. I am blown away, going for more, punished. I'm surprised he took that fight. I'm going to be real.
Yeah, he's a confident young man. But it's still not over. Nice nade damage coming through. Robin has to be careful. He is kind of low, and yeah, he recognizes it, wants to stay safe rather than trying to take the fights. Meanwhile, Mighty Max in somewhat of an off angle. Perfect timing on the peek up, but can't connect the spray cleanly enough. It'll all be on to Robin. He too in somewhat of an off angle, so there is a chance to get the drop on the first, but Sobol creeping around, backing away, catching him off guard. PACT hold on to that all-important lead and move up to 7.
There's that lucky number. And look at this from Goofy. I mean, so beautifully done. Endpoint line up accidentally. And Goofy's not going to throw that away. No, he'll take full advantage. And again, we're in another one of these situations, Scriv. It happens once in a blue moon, more than likely once a half, but always exciting when it does. A round that is worth 2. And Manish really wanted the opening pick sent back, as Endpoint will take no damage. Well, excuse me. 3 damage on Mighty Max, 1 on Flames to get Banana control. Pretty decent overall, as Endpoint's default really has been developing nicely. At first, it was a little bit of a worrisome topic, but lately, pretty good. Crucial. He's about to eat a flash. Both dead to rights. So blind. What a flash from Goofy. The El Clasico pop flash peek into AAPS. I mean, vintage. It'll work once. And it only needs to work once here for PACT, especially with a few rounds remaining.
Endpoint once again on the back foot. Do seem to be this whole game through, Keith, just that one step behind, right? Nothing crazy. It's not super dominant, but they can't quite find control. Can't quite find that lead. Ever since, you know, they won the first rifle round and everything, it comes out a little bit early. But PACT return things really quickly. Nice find from Mighty Max. Does make things look a bit more doable. Bomb's gone down, and they're all pushing forwards. For the most part, anyway. 2 of the 3 are pushing forwards into construction on top of each other. In comes the CT side, and Robin will deny them entry. Mighty Max with a clean headshot onto Sobol, and there you go. Mani's going to have to save somehow from a 3-on-5. Endpoint pull that one back.
All right. From an opening double pick to that. Okay. Okay. We got a close game on our hands. I'm going to go pull up the statistics of PACT and their T-side strip. I want to really see what we're looking at. I mean, what a gorgeous flash peek from this, though. Let me take a peep. So, believe it or not, their T and CT round win percentage is exactly the same. They struggle heavily winning rounds when receiving the first death, but do really well at getting rounds when getting the first kills. So, if PACT continue on the same back and forth line against Endpoint, we're in for a really close game. Good night, Maniz.
Yeah, see you in the next round, my guy.
Goofy. Give me the op! Give it to me!
So close. Unlucky. No one going to get the ult by the looks of things there, guarding this very well indeed on the Endpoint side. Might even steal it for themselves, you never know. Crucial. Ooh, finding one. Lunatic does drop him. Any damage is good damage, as we always say in a round like that, but of course the AWP taken away and will find its way into this round. Going to give it across to Crucial. There you go. We'll see what they can get done with it. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, ooh, Lunatic could go for it, yeah, but it's going to be that glass cannon Perhaps. Actually, no, I think he got dropped to FAMAS, right? And he had just about enough to get chest armor. So a big sacrifice made, but all the same, they have the AWP on the PACT side.
Well, round 15, full buys. What we love to see. Manise with the op. To take a 1-round lead going into the next half, making this game oh so exciting. And Crucial. He's going fishing for a pick here. Will anyone give themselves up? 3 players from PACT here, Scriv. Oh, they're going to double nade boost. Oh, he is 1. Spam it in chat. 1 HP. Okay.
Luckiest man alive. Or one of them, anyway. Definitely one of the luckiest players in Counter-Strike we've seen for a while. The fact that he survives that. More of a B stack coming through from PACT here. Certainly interesting, leaving their A site vulnerable. Endpoint reading into it quite well, and despite the utility, no real rotation just yet. Manise is able to make it away after that frag as well. Really big. And looking to get aggressive once again. So well done to take these contact peaks. What a beast. Lands the shot onto Surreal. Sobol going to use him as a distraction and use him effectively. Fantastic 2-man hold on the. They do it with 4. They do it with 2. Their A bomb site looked pretty damn impenetrable that whole half through.
All I know is this next half is going to be wild, isn't it, Scriv? What a kill from Sobol there in the end. 17 kills. And I am excited as PACT. We've seen their T side on Vertigo. Inferno's a bit of a different beast, right? It's hard to be, and we talk about this a lot. You can op on T side. There's a difference between an opper and a good effective opper, right? There's a difference. You can buy it, doesn't mean it's always going to work out. It's one of the hardest maps, if not the hardest map, to be an effective T side opper on. But I have a feeling Manise possesses that ability. And here we go, a quick B hit Scriv. The common El Clasico.
The common El Clasico. We'll see whether it works out. Flames at the back pillar has lost his teammate, not able to find anything of his own. Robin does get 1 head. But that's all. 4 on 2. Surreal quickly in after that smoke dissipates, but nothing presenting itself. PACT, I don't think, will be throwing away this opportunity anytime soon. Slowly starting to move in. Crucial and Surreal. That's all that it's left. They do have a kit available, but Surreal, his creep attempt is thwarted. That flick from Crucial is a bit mad. But he has 3 more to find. He's got about 5 seconds to get the kills. Then he needs to defuse. Really not enough time here. Gets another head and certainly is finding himself a bit of cash at the tail end. But the round itself, not going to happen. PACT move up to 9. Get off to a flying start in that T side.
Look at old quick pistol. We're gonna see different looks, right? Endpoint very methodical. We have smokes. We have a good execute in mind. And PACT. Smoke CT flash over. Let's just run into B. Very different looks. And Endpoint buying those deagles, Scriv. I didn't hear that nade explode. It kind of just vanished into Neverland. Gone until next round. While PACT will break out the MAC-10s. Bit of a front, bit of a fake to be. Wanting these A players to get aggressive for info. And it's working out nicely.
Dropping back towards B, it looks like, and they will be walking into 3 players here. Could be deadly. Flames having a spam. Does land 1 shot. Darko jumping behind that smoke for sure, you know, definitely shot through there. But all the same, another smoke comes in. That might just make their decision for them. The pesky B smokes getting in their way as per usual. So, Dark.
A little bit of game of duck, duck, goose. Ring around the rosy. Surreal. Good, well-timed smoke. Gonna be full blind, though. What is going on? Lunatic just runs right by him. Mighty Max still alive in Big Pit. These pistols are gonna come in thick and fast, Scribs. They're gonna try to overwhelm these rifles. This is gonna get wild. As Mighty Max waiting for his teammates to get on over here. Manice tapping away. Goofy AK in sight. He needs to be tall. He needs to find kills. Pivoting around the site. Will get traded by Robin. Here comes Mighty Max. Big kill in from Manice. And just biding his time. Doesn't want to go down. Finds a low HP player to the pistol. Goosh is up crucial. And he'll end it with a Glock. 3 kills for Manice. 2 for Goofy. And PACT toss themselves up to that magical number of 10 and the double-digit crew. And with Endpoint losing that round, it's of course going to be the save. Maybe a dirty dig or 2 to be found. With Darko double entering into B, they're just going to go ahead and waltz it in. Sobo really wants to make some moolah. And he may just do that. We're gonna have 11 for PACT. I imagine these MAC 10s get upgraded because they've made enough money. And here we go. Rifles aplenty, 1 kit on Flames, and they opt for Crucial. And with the MAC 10 still in play for PACT, I thought they might upgrade it, but they're gonna rock them solo. Rock them, sock them, robots. And if you're wondering why they're keeping these MAC 10s, well, if you can win with 2 MAC 10s against a full buy, number 1, that one stings and you make a lot of money. Number 2, you build your own bank account. Number 3, no head armor. Dodge the flash. There you have it. No head armor comes to effect. Robin, not going to get traded. Able to backpedal a wee bit. Mighty Match flash in hand for Robin if he wishes to fight again. But it seems like it's going to be all quiet at the moment. PACT will be given the rest of banana control. But at some point, Endpoint needs some info. Here we go. BXQ coming in, volley onto Lunatic's feet. Mighty Max needed to get 1. And the MAC 10s have done it. They've cracked open the site. They found the banana pick. And now I think it's insta-save call from Endpoint. It is. PACT will get a 12th. And if Mighty Max gets 1, maybe 2 there, they'll definitely go for the retake, but not to be. And keep in mind, with the money being made from the MAC 10s, PACT are allowed to hunt. Manice will go fishing. He'll cast the line out there. I'm not sure he'll find anybody, especially with the op on site. Interesting they put the op on site. But Crucial is covered, and he'll make sure the bases are safe. So PACT at 12, Endpoint get out with 3 guns. But I mean, just look at that T money, everybody. They have cash for a few buys, no doubt. And I think I hear my man Scriv. I think. He's still sorting things out, but he may be back. Everybody PogChamp, Crucial. Op pick, and Manice is holding. Wow. Endpoint finally take a risk. They go for the boost. And don't they get punished. Trades across the board while Endpoint try to fight for this round, Scriv. And they are just finding 0, and I mean 0 success. Ooh. And there you go. Kind of par for the course in that replay. 13 for PACT, and look at this buy from Endpoint. Not great. Not good. And for those of you who want an update, MIBR down 14-8. They're on the T side, though. We've seen the strength of their T side. Maybe too little too late there on the first map, however. Again, I'll keep you guys updated because I know a lot of people are looking and watching MIBR closely. I'm not sure if Scriv is up and running yet, so I will keep rocking. You are back? Woo!
Yes, dude.
Water time.
My utmost apologies out of my hands, as it so often is with the countryside internet here in these United Kingdom. This United King, I don't know. Anyway, seems like
United Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah. The Queen wouldn't be too happy about, you know, me getting that wrong. Anyway, looking good for PACT, I suppose, is what I have missed. Not looking good for Endpoint on a half buy in this round. Oh, Crucial. Still seems to be doing what he's been doing all game long. Up to 20 after that one. Almost finding 2, but not quite. And now the 4-on-3 ensues. PACT moving back towards A. Mighty Max, meanwhile, still in the fray. Robin gets taken down by a flanking AWP. A little surprising. Flames finally breaking the silence for Endpoint. Finding that second frag, but dealt with quickly. And PACT will move up to 14. Not looking good at all for this CT side. Honestly felt like before, you know, unceremoniously disappearing, that we were in for a bit of a close showing on Inferno after that first half, but, well, quite the opposite.
Yeah, this T-side's been unreal from PACT. Manice has been on one, which should be no surprise to everyone. Endpoint's economy has been up and down. Finally, it's back up, Scriv, just like your internet. But even when they have rifles, first pick machine Manice is here, missing a shot, and he gets covered by his teammates. I mean, that's been the story all game.
Yeah, absolutely. Really looking good here, and oh, damage coming through that smoke. I was going to say it may well be worrying moving forward into Dust 2. Not a bad map at all for PACT. Their individuals looking pretty damn solid across the board, and Dust 2 is the home of that. Darko just spraying away, drops Robin. Filthy stuff I am witnessing as I return. And Mighty Max is still on 8 HP. So the all-important rifle round that Endpoint needed seems to be slipping away second by second, moment by moment. Crucial will try and be the difference maker, and he nearly is. Finds a heavy tag. So although a 5-on-3 with a low HP player, they have plenty of low HP players on the PACT side, so it's not all said and done just yet. Certainly potential for these Endpoint boys, or one of them, to find a crazy spray down at the right time. However, PACT shaping up towards B, where currently there is not a single counter-terrorist residing.
Oh, look at Sobel. He's going to get hard cleared by Crucial. But the B site is taken by storm, and I think Endpoint is just... I mean, at this point, you need rounds. You almost need to force a retake, but you only have flashes, no kit. It's going to be 15 for PACT here, Scriv. This T side, while you've been gone, has been on a bit of a marathon sprint. Straight to the finish line. And could we see the scoreboard? I feel like... Yeah, that's pretty much what you're looking at, Scriv. It's been like that.
Filth. Well, Endpoint, last chance saloon comes along very quickly. Certainly a wild ride into this second half, but we'll see. They should be able to buy up into this round. Will that be enough? Clearly, they've bought plenty of times here in the second half, and it has not worked out at all. Things are really not looking good. But as far as buys go, this one's pretty damn good. Kit's all over the place. They've got that AWP, that all-important AWP in the hands of Crucial. Maybe going to be a slightly risk-free, aggressive kind of round. They're trying that at the very least. Crucial boosted up, but can't find anything just yet. Double nades at logs, but there's no one there. The thought process is here, but unfortunately, the luck not on their side. And Manise already found a tag, looking for more. If he finds the right angle, he might just be able to get away with it. Oh, that, I think, was maybe another one. I'm not sure. Flames, though, up close and personal. Pretty damn low here. About to meet some action. Robin burns down. Oh, God. Not looking good for Endpoint at all.
Yeah. I mean, look at that trade potential, right? No, these guys are just covering each other night and day. Surreal's been having a quiet game, but if he can win this, maybe all is forgiven. And we'll keep rocking on the CT side, Scriv. Just got to get through the posted op. You have a smoke flash, so a chance, Scriv, perhaps.
Maybe. Surreal charging through the flames is going to be known, and Darko peeks out to seal the deal. A flawless T side from PACT. Need I say more? Hell of a showing there on the T side. And we move forwards to Dust 2, where they're all looking on fire. Endpoint not as solid as we were expecting from them, as close, as competitive as we know they're capable of. So the difficulty, the pressure really stacking up moving into Dust 2, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say so. I think you got to be feeling a little disheartened if you're Endpoint. Your T side was looking good, right? You're getting those trades. Even your post plants, you were kind of like, post plants are kind of like CT setups, right? You're settling into crossfires that you would use on the CT side. And Endpoint just never got a chance. Manise was cutting them apart. They're getting opening picks. Sobo was playing really well. And PACT just run amok on that T side default. Getting control, finding picks. Never once did the banana control really come into power for Endpoint. It was always getting cut down. So overall, really impressive stuff from PACT, Scriv. I know you didn't see a lot of it, but what you saw, were you... I know you basically missed a little bit of the run, but from what you saw, how are you feeling for the next map now?
Yeah, I think it is kind of worrisome. The fact as well that, it was maybe like 5 minutes-ish.
If that.
Yeah, and they were very, very quickly up to like 13, I think it was, when I came back. So wild stuff, absolutely wild. And yeah, like I've said, the individual's really looking good across the board. I'd say it's not looking great. Manise being one of those individuals that's solid, and Dust 2 is momentum, confidence, blah, 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 all that stuff that we always talk about. And I'm not sure whether Endpoint are going to have that moving forwards. I feel even though it isn't their map pick, even though they're comfortable on all 3 maps, I feel that they wanted to put up a much better fight than that. And not picking up a round in a half is just objectively disheartening, whether you're good at the map or not.
Yeah, now we're going to be jumping over to map Dust 2, which to me is like a middle of the road, more so than it was Inferno. So maybe Endpoint has a chance. It is their map pick, so we're going to take a break. When we get back, we're going to get down and dusty with Dust 2.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. Yeah, no. Damn! That was one of the best nickel fights I've been to.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Malta Vibes. It is the winner side of our best of three, our first winner side best of three, and our only winner side best of three. Scriv winner moves on. Loser has to play what looks like Galaxy Racers have a bit of a lead in that best of three, so it's going to be the winner of that. We'll move on to play the loser of PACT Endpoint, and we are in to map number 2. It is Dust 2, Endpoint's pick, but after what we just saw of the T-side run from PACT, hopefully Endpoint have that mental strength, as we see in a lot of teams come through Malta Vibes. For example, Gambit Youngsters are a team that have it. I'm wondering if Endpoint have the same.
Maybe. Time will tell. Like, they've just had a really rough time, so I think it's going to be a hard one. Fifth man, still feeling things out. You know, there's perhaps an argument to be made even within the team that they're just like, okay, we'll see how things function instinctively, and then we can use this cut, see how far we get, see how much work we need to do, basically. And I think that is a bit more their methodology, particularly because it does seem, maybe yesterday, like the tweet came out and everything that they would be using. I think we only got told like this morning, right, in the production chat and everything. So it does seem like quite a recent addition to the Endpoint squad. So whether they have a deep amount of preparation is another question. And of course, in the series itself, they just were witness to a flawless T side, right? It's going to be hard for any caliber, any level of team to bounce back from something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like hopefully they win knife and they get a start on the side they really want. But if PACs are on that T side and just continue where they left off, I'm scared for Endpoint. But in their matches when they played, even Complexity, they did put up a fight in a majority of those situations. We saw some confidence in mid takes, some strength in the long fights. How much of that was derivative? That's a big word. Couldn't even spell that. From Thomas, who knows? But he was a menace, if memory serves, towards long. That was kind of his place.
Yeah, the guy was a bit of a Dust 2 maniac for sure. They really enjoyed playing this map as a team, but he and Crucial, I think, and also Surreal, like the three of them tended to be towards the top end. Robin and Max have always been more supportive elements with this team anyway. So we'll see. And the thing is, with this edition of Flames, everyone's saying how nuts he is and how the fact that it's like on a trial kind of basis and he's not really being picked up solidly by anyone yet is crazy. So I think we're in for a fun showing if they take a step back and go, all right, Dust 2, individually based, you do your own thing. You know, maybe even make a few calls or make a few decisions and we'll see what you got, right? See what all that hype is about.
Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it be, to see Thomas come over and compete? That'd be really, really, really cool. But at the same time, Endpoint reeling a little bit. I feel like Flames is going to take a while for him to fit in. I don't know if they've been practicing with him. If I had to guess, probably, right? So maybe Dust 2 is just a map that they can pick. Not only are the rest of the players comfortable on, but Flames can play well, right? He can kind of do his own thing. As you talk about a lot of the times, Dust 2 is an individual prowess type of map, where if someone needs to get map control, it kind of almost happens in a either tandem in a duo or a solo player towards long, like a nice solo long push, or the B player pushes with his teammate, gets info, then they leave him, right? A lot of times it's a solo player who makes a big play and finds success. So we're going to see if that's going to happen a lot. It looks like the players are in the server and knife's going to happen, Scriv. But I think Surreal should have a bit of a bounce back game here. I think Crucial with his op was a little silent on CT side, but I mean, can you blame the guy? Every peek he took, Manice was just there.
Yeah, he was pretty deadly for sure, right? I think looking at PAC now, the other side of things, like they had 3 individuals towards the top side. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but one of them was definitely Manice. I'm just, talking and finding the stats at the same time. The other being Sobol, the other being Goofy. But it's not like Darko and Lunatic really had a bad showing either. So yeah, these PACT boys are looking very scary. I think they are very confident in themselves after taking down MIBR. Yes, it's an upset. Yes, it's a crazy map for MIBR and whatnot. But all the same, it's a great result for them to secure. So now coming into Dust 2, that confidence may well come to a head. I'm kind of excited to see where it goes as we get into the knife round.
Well, here we go. Knife round aplenty. As mentioned, I think they really do want to pick up the preferred side, whether that be CT or T side for the Endpoint boys, facilitate a good start, because you don't, I could feel a bit of a snowball for PACT, Scriv. And it looks like they are going to do it. Hey, they win knife. I have a feeling they're going to elect to stay on this T side. That is my gut feeling. And it seems like Flames is typed in retry, because he was there and then he was gone. We did talk about David Blaine earlier, so. And they select CT. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting. We normally talk about the rule where it's like, okay, teams start on CT side because of deficits and more comfortable and all that, but Dust 2 seems to be a map that's a bit more immune to that fact, right? So I'm not entirely sure what has happened here. It's gone a bit mad. Of course. Listen, my guy, we get on quite well, Hood and I. Yesterday, it was a long day. Doesn't get much rest ahead of, you know, coming into today, and obviously has to hit the gym early to make sure they're concentrating and on the right level. So, maybe a little fatigued. The time off after all this really going to be rewarded for Hood. Been very supportive the whole way through.
You just got to believe, Scriv.
It is a little bit wacky at the moment, though. We've got 3 unconnected. Honestly... Oh, okay, well... Really need some R&R, as it is going to be back to us in just a seckie here, folks. While we're just waiting to get things sorted here with the Hood, indeed. It's weird, isn't it? We start talking about magic and stuff, and then we have one of the wackier rounds that we've seen across the course of this week. And things are not broken, they just look strange. And I even throw to you, Keith. We're straight back in. So, sorry about that.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to talk anyway.
Okay.
I lied. Can I talk?
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's not like I really can stop you. I wish I could, but...
Yeah, if the day NETO gives another caster the mute button to mute his fellow caster, the day I want to work for them.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be doing it to each other.
Endpoint, slight, and I mean slight favorites from LootBet, our betting partner. Those are the live odds. Shout out to them. Check out the banner below for more info on LootBet. And PACT, hit B on Inferno. What's the last thing Endpoint will expect? B hit on Dust 2.
Of course. And never before seen. Oh, great little flash coming in as well. This is a fantastic setup, though. The old bait and switch. Flame's going to go down easily. However, Robin falls shortly thereafter. Goofy to find Max, and it's an explosive start into Dust 2 from PACT. 4-on-2, definitely recoverable, but it will need a hero to step up for Endpoint, and the odds of that, very, very slim. Hardest bomb site to retake in the game, particularly when you've got no utility and very little information. They take out the lurker at mid, but still 3 more to go, and with, yeah, like, nothing to work with at all, they just don't fancy it. I'm going to save what they have into the next round. Of course, not taking damage here means that the head armor will be cheaper. A kill bonus for Surreal, right? More utility for him. Free P250, wahoo. Like, there's a few things that they can consider moving into the next round, but PACT starting off strong.
Shouldn't be a surprise to anyone after watching the T side of Inferno. They're going to keep it rolling. Endpoint will buy up the scouts, as it is the Dust 2 way, Scriv. Scout it till you make it. Or scout till you break it. Not really sure. Kind of winging that one. Nice headshot from Nice through the door. Takes barely any damage. Surreal hoping he can do the same with his funky looking skin. But to no avail yet. PACT. After the opening pick, just going to be defaulting 2-on-2. Manise will worry about these mid doors. Surprise this other scout player. Surreal still peeking. Taking the risks.
Ooh. Comes close there. Not quite able to land. Creeping forwards as well. There it is. Flames finally gets his just desserts. Not biting off more than he can chew. Going to drop back. And here's a 4-on-4 with a very low lunatic indeed. These 2 scouts, 2 deagles, absolutely loving that. Might be able to devastate a bit more. Meanwhile, in at middle, Sobel's got a really good position to work with. Mighty Max somewhat ready for it. The off angle in the cubby. If he goes down a bit too easily, it will be troublesome here for the CT side. Oh, and they're edging forwards as he's debating left or right, in front or behind. He doesn't quite know. Moving back into a safer spot, but dealt with quickly. And I think with that, the round will be over. They know it as well on the CT side of things. Just going to save what they have into the next. So PACT avoiding disaster.
Disaster avoided. They only lose the Goofy. And the double scouts AK will be carried over, which means the next round bye actually could be scary from Endpoint. Definitely not going to force, in my opinion. Right? See if the scouts can get winning around with the AK. And then next round get a bye. So back-to-back buys, essentially. This one a little more lackluster. There's going to be some pistols bought up around this. Give them everyone a fair fighting chance. And we've lost my dear friend Scrib for one more time. Surreal. Back to these mid peaks, really wanting to find minis. Darko takes a little bit of nade damage, but they secure long control. Minis and Surreal will trade some damage. And PACT take long control this time around. I have a feeling as soon as Sybil takes contact, they will run it up long, especially if he figures out what's going on towards Catwalk, which he will. The first finds the AK, and he actually finds them. They had head armor, and he still runs them both over. At least Flames did. Correction. I'm pretty sure Robin did as well, though. So either way, Sobel, Mac 10 to find 2, money made, and picks up the AK. Pretty slick. Manise getting out of short. Lunatic will worry about Cat bomb getting planted. They did exactly what I thought about, running it up long. And everything is fine. Maybe some damage from Endpoint. They're going to commit all of this. No reason to really carry over scouts into the next. Their goal is damage. Goofy doesn't want to let it happen either. Uh-oh, PACT. A bit more heavily stacked towards his B site. Surreal spray, nearly able to find 2. The missed stop shot from Crucial could cost him, but they maintain a man advantage thanks to Robin. And it appears well, the man down, Endpoint, or a man up, excuse me. Endpoint gonna fully commit to this. Look at that angle over the top of the door. There's even a crack on the right. All right, that's the literal definition of a crack angle. No, there's a couple flashes about to get tossed. Mighty Max full blind from a team flash. Goofy doesn't see him. He gets out. Big kill for Lunatic. Robin right back. Crucial has to come in through the door, low HP and no time. That worked out oddly well for PACT. I thought they were dead to rights, but no. Ooh, goofy. Removes the op from Crucial. That was saved. Flames will pick it up. Can the stand in up? Surely for the first. Surprised he's not calling Robin to come grab that AK instead of immediately falling off. Even man stance for the PACT boys. Typically favors the T side. And it all comes down to positioning of this op for Flames. Can he make it sing? PACT. A little bit of a mid to B front in towards mid. And Flames will be tested, I think. Maybe even by the fellow opera in Manise. Full blind. Flames connects. Give this man an op. B splits in effect. That CT smoke will make Flames' life a misery as he has to wait it out. Does Surreal get checked for some missed shots? Will get a kill. That's huge. But there's no way they're ready for Sobel. 1 and not 2. Okay. Lunatic wants to get aggressive. Does not want to allow the gun to get picked up. And Robin with the op. All it takes is one shot, but Lunatic will spot him. PACT stay flawless on this T side, just as they did on Inferno. Well, there you have it. Opening pick for Lunatic. Back-to-back rounds. Opening picks have come in droves and waves. And PACT continue to look unstoppable. Their defaults, the picks they find, the way they make endpoint rotate and their executes, everything is to an nth degree. And Darko probably waiting for a flash. There it is. What a flash. That has been the story for me as Mighty Max gets one and escapes. But if you've been watching PACT, their flashbangs for each other, utility usage, I mean, on point, nuclear. That's how deadly it is. And again, equal man stances favors the T sides as the mid trades and long debacle unravel before our eyes. And it's going to be Manise to look for this long player. He knows it's there. They've lost players to him. And Surreal will jiggle. And he's just going to buy time for Mighty Max. Sobel worries about Cat. Manise repositions. That smoke will start to fade, which means Sobel has to move. Who is going to have the favorable timing? Spotted. Manise is locked in. Mighty Max jumps up, finds Sobel, the dinked up, and he'll find them both right when PACT looked like they had it on lock. Endpoint needed a hero, and it's Mighty Max. He's been the one constant from Inferno to Dust 2, and he'll get them there first. And I mean, look at the buy from Endpoint. You win the round with one alive. This is what you get. But the big that the op gets carried over. Finally, Crucial able to get over his demons and find Manisa into the B site. Good counter flashes from Darko. Mighty Max. Who else? Alongside Surreal have shut down PACT. The pick towards long does not work. They try to run into B, and this time they have been halted. Keep in mind, PACT have 2 Galils. Can they bring this back? Missed shot from Crucial. Trying to bait out another one is Lunatic. Oh, Crucial, you gotta hit, and he will. Overkill with the headshot, but he'll connect it in the end nonetheless. And at this point, in my opinion, it's a formality. Bomb down, minute on the clock. Darko, show us what you got-o. If that can be a word. Someone write it down. I mean, look at PAC's buy, or should I say lack of. Just some Glocks. Surreal for the first. And with just Glocks, I mean, a bomb plant would be really nice, but very unlikely. Wouldn't hate it, though. Wouldn't hate it. Nice shot from Crucial. Can PACT make it? Well, the bomb got tossed away, and so are their lives. Big hold there from Robin. And it seems like Endpoint have lost a member themselves. He's gone. He disappeared. Flames come back. As we'll await to hear what's going there. And we await my partner coming back. As he said, the rural internet. You know how it goes. Just waiting for Flames to come back. Chat, I want to ask you guys a question. I did see some Endpoint emotes in the chat pre-cast, and I'll open the chat again. I want to see who you guys are cheering for. Is there PACT fans? Or are there Endpoint fans? As I mentioned, I saw some Endpoint messages scattered in there. So maybe, just maybe, we got some Endpoint boys still rocking. And as Flames comes back, we'll jump right back into it. Maybe, just maybe. And here we go. And look at the Crucial with all his angles. That is actually nasty. Like, what? That is wild. Haven't seen that one before. Big fan, big fan. And if Crucial gets a pick to one of those angles, I'm curious to see if that's considered a wall bang or a door bang, or what the game would think of it. Flames in the pit, big shoes to fill in the form of Thomas. Getting support nades, but running out of bullets. More nades, more flashes from his teammates. Crucial's got his back. He'll finally fall, but he's lived as long as he can. And all of a sudden, PACT, how have they done this? The player through CT, the wrench in the works. Mighty Max alone. Goodbye, thanks to Sobel. And it's Surreal all by his lonesome. And he's gonna creep around the smoke, and Lunatic will hold. PACT with a 6th. What a lurk from Lunatic up through CT. Bails out his players towards long. And that was just Endpoint being so hard focused towards that long side of things. And again, back to this long fight. Flames with an AUG instead of a Galil. Only the one. Darko Lunatic cutting down the long players. Endpoint trying to fight. Manise up Cat. Chasing back that CT player. And it seems like Endpoint are repositioning, but getting caught. There be Manise. A 7th for PACT, a save for Endpoint. And that one's got a sting. They thought fighting it again was the move. They had the utility, but PACT find the entries. And there we go, lucky 7. Here we go, round 11. Pistols galore. Up for Crucial. The saved over. And look at Flames. Ooh, this timing could be so good. He's not going to see anybody. I wonder if he still knows. He's got to. He has to. He wants to find this player in T-spawn. No gun out. First shot connected. Oh, he will find Zobel. Gonna go back and grab that gun now. So hang on to your hats. This can still turn. Mighty Max's spray off the mark. Rob it on sight. One and done. That's all he needs to do. His players are boosting up. They're trying to help. Mighty Max is looking. Doesn't see a thing. They're waiting at ramp so patiently. Robin's still in sight. Robin finds one. The bomb planner, no. How does he jump away? How is he alive? Robin falls. The second in CT the same. What is this madness? A missed shot Lunatic punishes. It's Flames alone. One more to find. Manice will get it. What is happening, chat? What is going on? And there you have it, another opening pick. Manice is looking great. He's looking dialed in. Packed off of Cat. Darko will find him. As Mighty Max side blue bin finds Goofy. This small victory. A very small one. And I think Endpointer's just calling it. I think it's a save again. Nine, 3. Endpoint. No luck, no success. Goofy, look at entry. It is just against the pistols and Flames and Mighty Max. Hold on. Put your phone on hold, because they're coming in. Flames find Sobo to the Deagle. This is getting overwhelming. I mean, this is wild. Manice alone now. Oh, look at Surreal. One way in the smoke. Here he comes. One more bullet. And all it takes is Endpoint getting Deagles, I guess, to get the round on the board. They get an op, they get an AK, they get a round. There we go. Crucial. Getting aggressive. Gonna clear the left. Should get traded by Goofy. Wow. How does he escape there? I mean, Endpoint, near the end of the CT, starting to pull this one back a wee bit, isn't he? Consistency starting to be found. But is it too late? They'll take a fifth. And there you go. That's the crucial I have seen consistently on Dust 2. Against complexity, against other teams, he's been a beast. And it is pistols for the first time in the half for PACT. On a round you have to buy, it is pistols. I like ending the half with full buys. But hey, you can't always get what you want. Rolling Stones. And PACT, well, they're crawling. And they're creeping up Cat. They're going to try to explode onto this A site. They have the nades for a full execute. Oh, and Crucial wants some. He's going to be peeking. He's hopeful. He's actually going to wait, see the nades, peek, catch one, drop his molly, and live. Back to the ramp he goes, but here comes the rest of PACT. One more round of utility. No way they clear Mighty Max. Not a chance. Yeah. 1, 2, make it look easy. Jumping around now. 3, give him the 4th. Deserved. Mighty Max with 4. And Endpoint do end with 6. Not what they wanted. Their double ops are typically very prevalent on this map. Not really getting it out there. Crucial not coming to wait to the end points of the half. No pun intended. But keeping PACT at 9, pretty decent. And now we just await the side switch. Coming momentarily. And while I still have you, chat, who you guys got in the second half? Do you guys think Endpoint turned it around enough? I think they may have. I'm starting to see the big boy Crucial wake up with that op. Mighty Max. A couple big rounds here and there. And let me take a look at MIBR. I'm curious. I want to see what they're looking at. All the while, first map went Galaxy Racer's way. Okay, on Vertigo, MIBR's pick so far. MIBR on Overpass looking a lot better, which is Galaxy Racer's pick. They're up 6-5 starting on the T side. That's pretty promising. It's pretty decent. And while we wait, I do want to see a few more things from Crucial and Surreal. And I think I did just hear my new best friend and Circaman join the chat.
Hello.
What is rocking?
Oh, nothing much. I heard you needed a guy.
Yeah,
Talk over some video games
needed a guy, and you're the guy. We need. I said to Mika, look, Mika, I need a guy with an accent, and that's what we got. We got another man with an accent in. So thanks so much for joining. You are in an interesting. We're in an interesting kind of mid to bo3 winners side. Endpoint PACT. So far, we saw PACT on Inferno go flawless on their T side to take Inferno. It's come out really swinging on Dust 2, and Endpoint string 3 rounds on the CT side at one point, and then 3 at the end to end it. And this is a little awkward. Now I have 2 members in the same TS with accents.
Not sure how this one's gonna go, but hey,
yeah,
a 6-9 half, that's always nice.
it always feels good. I mean, I think PACT did really well.
Walk me through it a little bit. What's going on so far? Because
yeah, well,
I wasn't watching the match before.
Yeah, so Inferno was a bit of an interesting one. Sorry, I'm still a little distracted. Inferno was an interesting one. It was PACT kind of just destroying the T side. Really close. I think we ended 8-7 in favor of PACT on their CT side. And then they just didn't lose a round on the T side. Just absolutely ran over Endpoint. So far, it's been Endpoint not really able to wake up on the CT side. Their offers have been relatively quiet. I think the live odds are very indicative to what I was about to say in favor of PACT. I was going to say, I also, shout out to Loot Better Betting Partners, am favoring PACT. I think they've been playing really well. They've been hitting all their shots, and it's kind of come full circle into this situation where Endpoint need a win out on their map pick. Otherwise, they have another best of 3 to play.
All right, then let's see what they can do on the pistol. Endpoint just taking long, going toward A, but with one in lower tunnels, he could be a very valuable flank here, Crucial. Although he's going to get discovered after the first kill, and not even the first kill happens. He just goes down. Robin holding down long. Very nice, though, with a double. Might even get a triple to his name. Decides to fall back a little bit, and the bomb is ticking with the CTs not really encroaching onto the bomb, and Darko there goes down on short, leaving this round completely in ruins. So the pistol round gonna go the way of Endpoint. I guess, are you expecting them to come back here? You were speaking before like they weren't like really waking up, so implying you expect them to later on?
Yeah, I think Endpoint are going to start to wake up. Their op and Crucial started to find some big impact kills near the end there. And I was expecting them to play a bit more cohesive on the CT side, but again, they did just replace Thomas, or at least have a stand-in in Flames at the current moment. But I think the C side fits their playstyle a bit nicer on Dust too. And with Crucial starting to find form, I think they really are going to shape up nicely, as they're all doing the moon dance though right now.
Ooh.
They're all mooning it.
Yeah, a classic dance move all the way back from, what was it, the 80s or the 90s? I've lost track at that point, but hey, they've stopped moonwalking now. Doing the dance move called Let's All Go Along and then push A. CTs, they know that dance move. They know the best counter to that is to just stack the bomb site here. Flames, though, tries to spray him down, and Goofy coming in with a double with a deagle. You don't see that every day. And what was looking like a promising push for the T's has been completely shut down. The CT's just sort of taking that bomb site. Claiming it's theirs, Robin, with a nice shot to the smoke. Almost, yes, makes it a double. And while we were on dance moves, they were doing let's throw the round. The CT's threw it right back. Endpoint picking it up in the end.
Whew, that's the Endpoint I know. I mean, close, but hey. Round secured. One behind now. As PACT. Yeah, carry on.
And a complete, eco here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're not even going to go for like a side stack. I guess they are keeping most players toward A, but with Darko on B to sort of get some info. Maybe call for an early rotate. And the T's taking it slow this one. CT's willing to oblige though, going for that little boost. Always catches someone off guard. Not Robin though. He's a pro, he knows to look for that angle every time. And it looks like it's going to be a B, not execute, but at least a prod. They are going to push in and find the one player playing in car. Meanwhile, Crucial just getting himself a triple on mid, just padding those stats. Leaves Sobal down in lower tunnels, and looks like he was expected. Surreal knew to take his weapon out. Bringing us to an even scoreline of 9-9. The buy coming in from the CTs with the AWP buy there on Manice.
Yeah. Manice has been playing unreal.
Not this one. I mean,
yeah,
Unreal as in 8-14. This
Unreal on Inferno, I suppose. His op has been a constant presence, as Crucial literally spam mid doors to find the headshot onto Darko. He is rattled. As Endpoint looked to quickly get up Cat. I believe that is Surreal. quiet on Inferno. Starting to shape up here. Manise, there you go. There's the unrealness to find one. But Surreal, with this pick now, going to open up the catwalk door. And Goofy holds them back with 2. The third could be coming in here any moment, Circa.
Ooh. Manise with a nice shot there. I can see what you were talking about earlier. And Flames is the only one left back at here at Car. They know his position. Gets a nice one tap, but Manise answers back. And he's repairing that kill-death ratio deficit. Slowly but surely. Once he gets to even kills, even deaths, we can talk about him sort of becoming good in this best of 3 on 2 maps instead of just 1.
True. I do like watching Manise play though. You missed them beat MIBR, but he was a big part of that. Sobel, equally as so. Cutting down the first tier, Circa Man. Maybe able to get more good utility, and Endpoint could be in some trouble.
2 CTs in pit, just throwing utility out, delaying that T push, but Flame sneaks up to this edge, and well, both of those pit players are now dead, with only one staying at Car here, and Manise falls back, lucky to escape with his life, but goes back for more. I like it when Oppers are aggressive like this. Even sneaks back to Car, so they won't expect him there for sure if they keep pushing long, but the bomb looks like it's interested in something completely else. It's going toward B. And with no CTs there to hold it, that looks like it's going to spell the end of the round unless Darko gets the info here. Yes, he saw the info and he went straight back, but his friend there at Car, not budging. And the B push seems to have been slowed down slightly. Oh, very
There you have it. Yeah.
strange shoulder peek there, but yeah, Darko has the info, just waiting for this B push to happen, hiding behind the double door. And does he have the guts to push this while he's planting? He does not, just does an underhanded molly, expecting him to be in the standard spot. I think he could have known he was in that corner, given the beep's location. But
Yeah,
either
I guess
way.
trying to limit the post-plant options. Crucial. Flashed off a green box. Manise is coming in. We'll check the tunnels player. Surreal bests him, and Surreal's going to get them both. Endpoint, keeping the game close. Double digits for both. And look at PACT's money. I mean, just not there, is it?
Absolutely not. They are kind of running out of rounds to keep, echoing like this, but I suppose until it reaches 14 or something, they shouldn't be too worried about it. And the T's not with good spawns for anything. Don't really go for a fast execution onto long. Just a bit of a slow grind toward long, it seems, but no presence will be there for them. As the CTs have pushed short on A. You always want to do one or the other, right? Either push long or push short. That way, you always have control of something. And they did hear the flash is going down there at long. Presence known, and the CTs can sort of prepare for that while long here's being taken. Crucial. That would have been a very nice shot to hit. No such luck, I'm afraid. With the crossing smoke down, it looks like it's going to be time for a push. The second smoke comes on in to fill that gap. Mighty Max with the Mac 10 gets 3. Not really particularly difficult kills, but you do like to see that they actually deliver on all 3 of the easy kills. Very nice to see. Padding those stats. And Lunatic with the Zeus. Probably waiting there next to the stairs. I don't think Surreal's gonna fall for it, though. Nor is Flames. Expects him. No Zeus, sadly.
Wow. There you have it with the Mac 10 cleaning house. No one left over, not even the leftovers. It's kind of a shame. I'm a big leftover fan. Cold pineapple pizza, I'm telling you, it's fire.
Oh, dude, you got a French toast pizza every time.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
how you warm up pizza. None of that microwave stuff. Get out of
Okay. Okay. I agree. Couldn't agree more. Double up from PACT. Maybe this is the change they need. And so far, Lunatic is proving my point immediately.
And the T's looks like they're going to be going for the mid to B cross. With 3 players attacking 2 CTs holding down the B bomb site, they do stand a chance. And with this long presence, the CTs will have a tougher time rotating, or at least will be more hesitant to do so. But the mid to B push not coming in yet. Maybe they've squandered their time advantage.
Yeah, this puts Endpoint in a weird spot, right? It's like you have no map control. You know there's an op towards B. And I guess it just leaves them with this mid to B here. I mean, it's the right call. It just comes down to these entries now.
Ooh, Lunatic, though, might come in with a very nice peek, but not. Takes way too much time for it. His teammate falls, and so does he later on. The B-bomb site is taken with 4 players left alive on Endpoint's side. And, yeah, the CT is kind of taking their time a little bit too much. Like, I think Endpoint gave them all the time in the world to reposition from that long hold, from just staying stagnant on that A site, maybe rotating someone to watch mid or something, but they just let them have it for a good long time. And the double smoke, when the double smoke comes in for a cross, you know, what are you going to do against that? You can't shoot through it reliably. And Endpoint's just going to let that bomb tick on down. Secured themselves a 12th round. Now this is how you warm up pizza. You stand at car position on B while the bomb explodes.
Okay, that would work. I could get the job done.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's definitely the fastest way. PACT gonna take a pause, probably to discuss their buying options here. They did save, so you want to buy around it whenever, in my opinion, whenever you save the op, and you have enough to get a couple M4s on some players, and you saved a couple others, you typically just go for it. This is Endpoint's pick. If required, Train would be the next one up, but with Manice starting to play well on the CT side, I think him just settling in could be nice. But I mean, Endpoint gonna have that cushion, right? That backup economy where they can lose a round and be right back with a buy. So PACT, if they win one, it's got to be 2 in a row, or we might just be wrapping this one up.
Exactly. I mean, look at that. Robin, Surreal, Flames, all on 6K plus. This is just an unstoppable buy. They might even go for like a meme auto sniper buy at some point if they keep winning. Because if you're close to 16K, why not? And then that's an easy B take you can do off the back of that. The take it long, slowed down by the Molotov of Goofy. Ooh, but he was caught with a lot of grenades out, and he just couldn't reposition in time, couldn't get the weapon out in time. Though it is technically a trade as Manice picks up Mighty Max on mid, and the long take happening. 2 smokes already down, so ball. Yeah, you gotta keep your eyes open if you're gonna push through smoke. He just falls there on long, and the CT's not really in a good position to retake. They have an Opper who is low. They are at a man disadvantage. They don't have much utility. And now that Lunatic fell in CT, this is a no-brainer save, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Manice can deal damage at all times to the op, so just wanting to carry that over. Even getting that pick is brutal. Also, I swear they tried to patch this so you couldn't sit and be bomb site and watch the cross, even if you do just see toes. I swear they mentioned it at some point.
Huh. Could have been on the old dust.
Weird. All they have to do is bring like that lip down a little bit or raise it. I don't know. I don't think you should be able to sit and B and watch long cross. Kind of wild to me.
I mean, you can't kill anyone through that, so at least that's nice.
Fair enough.
But just getting that kind of information, you know, I guess it's super situational. I mean, unless you're saving, why would you be at B when someone could cross there without a smoke? Yeah, maybe it's just extra incentives to get the T's to smoke it properly. And speaking of smoking properly, Manis throws the beginning of the round. While Endpoint going for mid control, short control yet again. The CTs, they've taken long. They've learned from past mistakes though. They know to not be too aggressive there on long to keep your weapons out. But the mid take is sure to come very soon, and those two B players, they're gonna have to put on a show for us if they're gonna want to hold on to it. One CT player in Sobal almost gets caught out with nades, doesn't though. Now he's going to be under great pressure to at least either delay or tag someone down through that smoke or something. I mean, he's getting ready for a short push, and it might just happen. The grenades look like they're about to be lined up. Manis knows what's up and has to fall back fast, naturally. Still doesn't know. Sobal kills Flames. And the cross to B is happening eventually as well, but Sobal just shuts that one down with another kill onto double doors. And I have no idea what was happening this round. It looked like they were going mid to B. It looked like they were going A, and they just end up going nowhere at all. PACT picks them up wherever they go.
Absolutely on lockdown. Mighty Max. Any kill he finds here, though, is so valuable for the coming rounds. And I have a feeling he won't get anything he won't, so they'll keep the double ops. Lunatic gets 2. Darko and Sobel will get involved themselves. But this is the little bit of security blanket that Endpoint have built, right? That's the one they've wrapped around themselves, is the backup the money. A buy here, and even some left over to buy next. So PACT have to win 2 straight before they break Endpoint's cash. That's a bummer. Actually, 3 straight, technically.
Yeah, there's
if you want to count last round, yeah.
There's still 2 on 6K. I mean, that's a lot of economy to shut down, especially if they save responsibly. And with the fast shorts here, I wonder if Manis will be able to hold this one down. He's shown to be good with an op, gets the first one, maybe shouldn't have if he was flashed properly, but goes down pretty soon to Crucial. And the A bomb site is surely in the control of Endpoint, but their after plants are getting shut down. Mighty Max, that wasn't through the smoke apparently. Definitely wouldn't have been an easy shot to do all the way from A though. A 2v3 retake. I mean, PACT, do they just go for broke at this point? Because if they don't retake now, Endpoint's economy is so out of control, they basically have a buy for every single round. And PACT really, yeah. Economy's not looking too hot, and they already lost the 3rd player. Saving with 3 is always good. Saving with 2, not as.
Oh, they are, I think, gonna buy because their loss bonus should still be there. Yeah, it would have been nice for them to save that AK, but they can still go right into the double op if they want. This game's starting to slip by. I really need Manis to step up. He's been too quiet. A big part of their success on Inferno, which you weren't there for, but a big part of their success was Manis just running amok. Running everywhere, Sobel killing everyone, Goofy backing him up, and Manis getting the opening picks. It's not there right now. Endpoint allowed to build this cushion. Again, the money, the rounds, the T side just fitting their play style. And now a tag on the cross. I mean, pain.
Yeah, they're just taking it slow again. A little bit of a short presence there. Manis walking around and scoping, a little bit dangerous always, because you know that if you start making footstep noises, someone might seize the opportunity and peek on that, especially with the flash like that. Manis doesn't budge though. Even on the 2nd flash, he just does not budge. He will stand his ground. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a double out of this. The T's aren't giving it to him though. And it's another one of those where you don't know where they're going to execute on short or to mid to be, but as they get a kill onto Manis from short, surely that is a sign that they should push Sobal though from CT. Finding heads, finds 2 actually, couldn't find a 3rd. And as the bomb keeps rotating on in there, The CT's after plants are not that bad, and the bomb's position is still here on short, so... Yeah, it looks like they're going to wise up eventually and say, you know what, we already have the site, let's not even think about the possibility of taking this one to B. As it does go down, and Crucial has the unfortunate task of having to hold down long from A plat. Elevator looking dangerous though, but it looks like they won't be going there. And Robin with a sick flank gets 1 kill, and now the CTs have that to think about. Another kill from Robin, and Darko trying to get some consolation kills at this point. Maybe take down 2 of them, hurt the economy some more. A fruitless defusal attempt there, and Endpoint have reached match point. Looks like we might be seeing the 3rd map in this best of 3.
Yeah, I think we are. I think this one's it. I think this one's done. PACT, as soon as they get on the CT side, have fallen flat. Nothing really going. I mean, they haven't had success really in any round except when Endpoint throw their bodies at them and just kind of look for the fights early and mid. But outside of that, Endpoint, they're just playing the pick game with Crucial. The rifles are beating even ops in head-up duels. And just PACT just looks so lost right now on the CT side. Nothing really going their way. Their rotates. They get long control, but then stick around too long. Minis could be in trouble if Mighty Max takes this peak very aggressively. And Minis has to fall. I mean, I just think Endpoint are poised and just destined to take this.
Absolutely. And they know that to take it slow at this point. But it's never just one player that disappoints. Who other than Manice has been disappointing so far?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Darko at times, Lunatic, but I think on Inferno they all played relatively well. It's just not your map pick. You played well on the T side, just couldn't transfer it to the CT at all. And I guess that is just typical Dust 2 being Dust 2.
Goofy disappoints as well with this long hold, and Manice can't refrag him efficiently. Sobal, the lone A hold, trying to go somewhere where he has some cover. Can't find any on short, and Mighty Max, well, might get flanked himself by Lunatic, but he does go down eventually, and the A site is actually theirs. Darko, the last man standing, the masked man alive. 42 HP in an empty magazine in a dream. It's being stuck down there in CT, a very unenviable position, and it looks like this one is definitely going the way of Endpoint, as eventually it does. 16-11. That's, I mean, I didn't see the first half, but that was a pretty disappointing second half from PACT.
Yeah, that was just domination across the board, I would say. No doubt. Endpoint really came to life. I think a big part of their success was the riflers finding themselves. Crucial started to get some big picks. But yeah, overall, really good for Endpoint. We're going to throw it to a break, and when we come back, it's the 3rd map in Train. Who's going to make it to the playoffs? Who's going to have to go to the loser bracket? Stay tuned to find out.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. pickle fights I've been to.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Malta Vibes. Oh man, are we in the midst of a heater. Two things, actually one thing really I want to get off my chest before we jump into it. Not get off my chest, I guess, let everyone know. MIBR are out of this group. And we started the show saying, you know what, there's a possibility they just lose out. It's a possibility, and it happened. They lose to the Swedish lineup, a Galaxy Racer Scriv, in 2 maps. They pick Vertigo again, they lose it, and then they lose on Overpass. It's a shame we got to say goodbye to MIBR, but hopefully that I feel like I say this every time they lose out, hit the drawing board, but we need some big change going on in that lineup, and I'm sure it's going to be coming. But enough about that and more about this best of 3. It's Endpoint and PACT. We've gone all the way to Train Scriv. Didn't really see this one coming.
Yeah, I felt PACT would kind of clean things up after that first map, and although I wasn't really there an awful lot, you know, I caught the tail end of that second map. Once again, shout out to Sermon for covering for me and the technical difficulties. But just looking at the very basic stats here, they have a terrible second half. They have a terrible CT side, right? So really dropping off a cliff on Dust 2 might be worrisome coming into Train, because of course a more CT-sided map, if they don't have a CT side available or functioning properly, it could be a really hard time.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a necessity, isn't it? Both teams seem to be, as you mentioned, struggling on the CT side, which is an interesting fact to bring up, right? PACT run amok on T side. They jump on a Dust 2, continue to do the same. Endpoint jump onto their T side and destroy PACT. Like, I think Train, out of all of the maps we've seen, is the most CT dependent, as you happily pointed out, Scriv, so I'm stealing some of your points. One of the more CT dependent maps we've seen. So you gotta feel like one of these teams has to have a good CT side, especially on Train. It's almost bound to happen. And if they don't, I mean, we're in for another messy third map, it almost feels.
Yeah, maybe. But it is to be expected that both these teams are indeed going to be comfortable coming into the map. The matchup itself, very hard to call. Endpoint, actually, it's their most successful map in recent history. Of course, Flames, newer addition. When it comes down to the T side, I think it could be hard to slot him in. Maybe they let him work the lurk role and just, you know, function on his own. But all the same, it's not the easiest map to slot that newer member in. But they seem to be, you know, finding their groove as the series goes on, looking a bit better on Dust 2 and having a lot more confidence. So I think off the back of that and off the back of maybe PAC getting a little ahead of themselves, they may be able to bounce back here and come through with the reverse sweep. It's really hard to tell. It is really hard to tell, because I think Endpoint, at the end of the day, you're at a point where their team, their lineup is a little unpredictable. We don't quite know how it's going to work out.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But I mean,
think that's it.
take a look at that win percentage from Endpoint, Scrib. 75% of the times they played 16 maps. Like, that's pretty decent. But again, PACT have been playing... Would you say PACT have been playing harder opposition lately? Or have Endpoint just been really good on Train? Like, I feel like with Thomas, and if memory serves, Scrib, I'm going to dig really deep in my memory. Was he the Biancher? I think he was.
Yeah, I think so.
Or was that Robin?
I think...
I
want to say he played with Max on B. Or that might... No, I think that was Inferno. I'm not sure how they slotted him in here. I want to say instinctively I'm going towards Ivy as being his position.
Okay. Someone in chat will know. That's the saving grace.
So I'm just going to kind of confidently go with that. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. And again, you have to look at the stats and everything for Train. They've not played it since the 10th of August on the Endpoint side, which is quite a while, right? Actually taking down Mad Lions there, which is a pretty decent result. But up to that point, although it has been a while, they really did look good. And definitely agreeing with what you're saying. Actually, PAC taking down OG twice on Train in the past couple weeks, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. They do lose out to Forza in an overtime earlier on in the previous cup. But all the same, I think both these teams actually have a lot of prominence. But again, it comes down, for me, to whether Endpoint are warm on this map or not. It's been a while since they've played it. And that's kind of the mantra coming into this series, is just the fact that they have this newer edition. and they've not been playing Counter-Strike as much recently, to be honest. At least in a competitive sense. Obviously, they've been playing the game. Nonetheless, my round's about to get underway here, Keith. So, for me, third and final map, definitely up in the air. Anybody's game coming into train.
Yeah, I would say so. I just realized I made a spelling error in my tweet script, and I really don't want to delete it, but I might. I put opportunities, but I did a, like, little hyphy thingy, but then an S, and then it's supposed to be opportunities, like IES, and like, now I look stupid. And some guy who doesn't even follow me with 2 followers corrected me, and I feel sick. You know?
I just shouldn't have said anything. The old classic. You know, you just gotta let it fly. I don't know what to tell you. But at the same time, if someone does bring it up, you just, you know, like, when's Twitter getting an edit button, lol?
I wish.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty important, to be honest. I don't know why they don't have it.
Should be, shouldn't it?
Well, you know, we can but dream. And the day that they do add it, it's got to be a national holiday, surely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Twitter edit day. Please, I need it. Utility towards outer yard, and it's really a big fake for this B hit. Surreal with the first. Laid out by Goofy, who actually finds 2 at range with that Glock, but Flames is back with a vengeance script. That's the bomb.
Yeah, disaster, actually, because Goofy's on 11 HP and by himself. Really, really not good. See whether or not they're able to hold up here. Goofy staying alive. It kind of buys time for his teammate to come in and fly down. Maybe taking a bit of needless damage, a bit of shot damage as well. They've still got to recover this bomb, by the way, and I think with the HPs, it's just not looking too likely. They're lowering some of the bars on the other side, but Max in a great position to end the round here, and now they know exactly where Manise is at. He continues to land shots, but taking some at the same time. Left on 9 HP, and they are flanking around, and he's not savvy to the fact. Will hear them coming, but misses the shot, and Flames doesn't even need to hit the head. Endpoint going to get that pistol on the board.
Whew. I mean, the fact that Goofy gets 2 with the Glock at that long range. Congrats to him in that sense. And the live odds from Luke Scrib favoring Endpoint. I mean, the stats don't lie, and nor do the live odds. As we're going to go back into the Moon Dance script. And we're back. Woo! Forward through time. No one has perished. PACT are still saving. That nade is still painful.
Yeah, I mean, painful is putting it lightly, to be honest with you. That nade is crippling. Oh, and so is that one from Surreal. Meanwhile, the crunch comes in. He finds himself 3. Robin taking the player outside as well. Not a chance for PACT. As to be expected, they literally invested nothing in train one of the harder maps to find anything with no utility, to be honest with you. Strong buy coming into this one, though, Keith. A very strong buy compared to what the CTs have as well. So maybe would have liked to see Surreal upgrade to a rifle just to have one more. But time will tell. Maybe I'll eat my words after the round.
Oh. The MP9 army, Darko, knows they're coming, waiting for the flash. And he just charges forward and he'll find Flame Scrib. He's going to be pushed off by Robin. The first for Robin, maybe some more to follow. He actually gets 2 of that MP9. That's kind of filth. And Scrib, my voice is actually starting to be fried. So if I disappear for a moment, I'm sorry. I will keep pushing.
We had a long day yesterday. And we're professionals. My internet is doing what it wants. You know? 2020, dude. What can you do? Could be worse. That's what I always say. At least we have a saying in my family, at least I don't have toothache. Huh? So, I mean, I'm assuming you don't have toothache. You've not really said anything about it if you do. Crucial. Nice little angle from him. Actually, sneaking through as well. Oh, Manice with a key double makes this round very doable. Surreal looking to try and find a way in, but it's not presenting itself just yet with only 15 seconds. However, a well-timed push, a well-timed peek, and he could deny the round away here and now. Walking in backwards, needed to find that one onto Goofy. Not going to happen. And PACT get the first rifle round under their belt. ENDPOINT are able to buy back in, but of course, I think ultimately the stronger weaponry just about pulls them ahead.
Alrighty. Those MP9s seemingly deadly. But the AKs are coming back. Sobel. One with his Galil. Surreal does not want to continue to push. He does not want to continue to fight Scriv. All the while, Goofy does not find success. This is getting a little weird with no ops, no real rifles at range. I mean, everyone's just taking height advantages. Everyone's taking wild swings and fights, and Sobel gets traded out. This is definitely a wild, wild one.
Oh, Manice. How is he able to get away with that? He just rolls straight into him for the easiest 2k of his life, to be honest. Surreal now the only one left. And there's so many players around him. I think he's kind of dead to rights here. If he finds one, trade should come easy enough, but just sneaking in. Oh, almost taken out. Looking to try and deny the bomb away. Nade goes in, not able to find anything. Surreal still creeping forwards as Lunatic is baiting him out hard. Up top he goes. A team fight to win, and it doesn't happen. Lunatic drops him. PACT string two together, and now the CT money will be broken.
Busted indeed. They've gone all in and have had no bounce back. I like to see that Zoo spot up by Flames. Attaboy, attaboy. Good looks, good looks. Not going for ladder like I thought he may have. And it's PACT grouping towards Ivy. One player T-Con, one holding upper hall's push. And PACT just want to walk into the A site like they own it. ENDPOINT know they got to get aggressive for info with the pistols. And Darko needs some backup, and that's what Sobel's here for.
Bailed out for one, of course. They are heavily stacked on towards the C-bomb site, but just in the weaponry, right? Not looking too good. All right, well, comes a little close, but not going to result in any frags just yet. Flames on the back end. Does have his trusty Zeus. Oh. Wouldn't we love to see him find a frag with this? However, I don't think we will. If he stays here anyway. He might push forwards and find someone, but at the moment, no one coming his way. And I think with all the pressure that they've found, they'll probably look to back off towards that B-bomb site instead. T-Con is kind of compromised. Oh, they are coming his way, though. I don't know. It's a little risky. There's a Zeus around the corner. Yeah. He wants to push, but he knows I'll be watching it. Oh, Goofy. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. $200 down the drain. But it's all good. They can comfortably buy coming into this one. PACT, though, very quickly looking strong. This money in a really good spot. 3 in a row, looking to perhaps find even more. And, you know, with every round they win comes another at the moment because Endpoint don't have enough cash to support themselves.
Yeah, running a bit low. Flames with the AUG to the AK. Interesting, he buys the more expensive M4 version just to drop it and pick up the AK. Funny how things work. Sobel. Bodied by Surreal. And honestly, for defaults on train scriv, let's be real, it's been absurdly aggressive, right? It has been, a lot of times you see defaults group up, right? Maybe like, there's a couple different looks on default. Ignore Ivy, 3 upper B halls, 2 TCON, 1 spot Ivy type of thing. Or the 2-1-2, right? And you don't really see a lot of fights, but so far in this match, the defaults have facilitated a ton of fights.
Oh, Surreal in that cheeky off angle. Honestly, I think we'll start to see more people use that little balcony kind of area, that little ridge. Saw it yesterday as well. I can't remember who we were watching, but someone just walked straight past the angle, not a care in the world, and it resulted in an easy frag. This round has been no contest at all. Crucial going to find a 2K to close it out. PACT finally have stoppers put back in place, and now Endpoint even the scoreline of it. It's a weird one, right? To be honest, I think they just win their individual fights. Maybe PACT getting a bit ahead of themselves early on. And we'll see a pause come in as well. Of course, the T side have got cash to buy into this cleanly, but it's a question of the future. So I'm not sure if this is a true technical pause or sometimes, you know, they try to call attack and think what, like pause ends up, okay, never mind. But still, Keith, it's going to give them time to talk things over, time to mull things over and make sure that they have themselves a cool heads moving into this next round very early on, right? Contest is on, back and forth nature that we've seen, at least in the series overall, really coming to a head here on train.
He's gone again. Every map, Flames vanishes into thin air, scriv, and comes back. How does he do it?
Have you ever seen him and David Blaine in the same room? That's all I'm saying.
I actually haven't. That's a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
How wild would that be if like David Blaine's like a competitive Counter-Strike player without saying anything?
Would not put it past him, to be honest. He's done stranger things.
He could be Nico. Never seen them in the same room.
Have I seen... Don't think so. To be honest. I literally, like, just know who he is. I've not really seen him do anything. What? Okay. That's very cool from PACT. See you later. Flames, I mean, he disappeared from the server and he's disappeared from this round pretty damn quick. So, bye-bye, I guess.
See you next round. AK is here in Surreal's hands. He's been great. He's been a rock, actually, on Dust, too, and so far on Train for Endpoint. But he just jiggles back into the loving arms of PACT. Robin's going to have to go for a bit of a flank, and actually, Endpoint is just saving. If Surreal got one and lived, or maybe two, they'd attempt it. But instead, they're going to let PACT get away with 5 alive. I mean, that's a deadly thing to allow them to escape with.
Yeah, certainly magical stuff. And the pause paying dividends, I suppose, as they take a moment to indeed compose themselves. PACT will come through with a very simple, very nice double nade opener. Might even see that again from them. And then they just kind of, well, not even clean up house, but start to clean the house up. And they'll find themselves at fourth, retaining their lead. Endpoint, not straight back to square one, but they find one round and then are very quickly shut down. It's not a great sign, particularly if you're on that CT side. You're not building your cash up massively. You know, it can be problematic. And we're on train. So as many T rounds as you possibly can, right? It's a triple nade, actually. Just to confirm. But yeah, if PACT can keep this up, where they find a chunk of rifle rounds and then maybe lose one, they'll be really happy with that. Of course, Hellcase, shout out to the boys once again on the sponsor role. Beautiful support from them. Our primary case partner coming in with those codes that you guys can use. Banner down below takes you directly towards their website, but we got no time to talk about it because they're hitting in towards this A site. First frag goes the way of PACT, and then a flurry of frags. Who's coming out on top? Hard to tell. Crucial's found the man advantage just about. And the bomb is down. Manice, though, picking up Mighty Max. Lunatic knows Surreal is up close, but can't find him. Leg comes in for Manice. However, he needed the frag. He kind of knew it as well, right? That's why he was hesitant to go for it. Endpoint capitalizing on the quick round, and they managed to find a fourth.
Whew. 4-4, pretty good for PACT. I mean, this T-side's a great start. But this is one of those money breakers. Could be a deal breaker for the half for both sides. Robin's getting aggressive, back into his ladder, back into his position. And the jump spot comes in. Lunatic will do the spam. Robin doesn't like the sound of that. He'll back up. And Manice wants to punish Surreal. I mean, that's twice now. He's almost been punished towards that ramp. And Crucial has good rotation timings, but I don't know. Manice doesn't strike me as the type of guy to just peek this alone. Especially now that the nade came in.
Oh. Beautiful stuff from Manice, catching an impatient Crucial off guard. Very big frag for PACT to work with, Keith. However, Surreal has retrieved the AWP, looking to take a fight. Ooh, shows himself. Really going to have to be careful here. PACT have slowed things way down after finding that first frag. Feeling pretty damn good about themselves. Sobol moves into the fire, takes minimal damage, and is back up. I love that idea. Might see it again to try and catch a CT off if they are indeed holding Pop Dog. Meanwhile, the hit comes in. Oh, and Robin, flash for him, but the counter flash is there from that T side. He will eventually fall. Surreal finds one frag, but cannot deny the cross, cannot deny the bomb plant, and cannot find the man advantage. He will eventually fall as well. Flames, trying to be the hero of the hour, pushes forward for one. But needs a couple more, to be honest, to make this round doable. Max, meanwhile, is weary of a flank. Flames, though, will keep on fragging. Gets himself a fresh AK. Max spotted out and taken down. The timing of the flash, so very rough. Flames getting a third, though. And now moves on to the bomb. Going to go for the hold, hoping that Manice is not going to peek him. Flames with the genius one-on-one tactic. Manice played it safe. And he needed to take the risk. Endpoint clutch up and will find the fifth. Now taking the lead as well.
Well, right when Endpoint needs someone. There you go. Sure, the AK, the op gets brought, but the round doesn't get across the line. Endpoint surely jump up to 6. No ifs, ands, or buts. Crucial. Goodbye, Manice. Crucial in the later parts of Dust 2 really started to find his own and then train thus far. Impactful. Mighty Max avoiding the nades, and he'll just play around it at this point. PACT Scriv. I mean, they really are just looking to get that 5-6 round mark again, laying out what they want, the requirements, but Plenty of rounds left to play. Not a doubt. And it's also not set in stone that Endpoint walk away with this round. I mean, listen. Unless Lunatic turns into, I don't know, Stewie, Boston Major, right? Back of Inferno. Or Guardian in his prime. I'd be down to see that, actually.
Hey, you never know, dude. I mean, these rounds where he has a license to kind of do what he wants. Certainly where you expect it to happen. But going to be dropped as they are just fumbling out of T-Con there. Goofy has crept in behind. Does get a chance at one. A second, maybe. Not just yet, but P250 absolutely deadly. Honestly, amazing that he gets one there. They know exactly where he is. He's making so much noise. Not a lot of time. Needs to die as well, and he will. Robin takes him down. And a bit of damage taken by Endpoint, but nothing substantial, so they'll be happy with that. Another pause coming through here. Hopefully, once again, no major issues, as it does appear to be technical in nature, but hearing ticks is always kind of a good sign. And the fact that PACT are looking to buy up, also a good sign. So hopefully back into the action quickly, folks. Endpoint starting to grow the lead as PACT have hit the proverbial brick wall.
Yeah, the brick wall could have could start to be building. The mortar is drying, so PACT really do need to knock it over while it is still setting. And as the pause will unpause shortly, I imagine, I'm going to take a guess as to what we're going to see into this round. I mean, we're going to get the op from Anise, I'm guessing. Double op from Endpoint's always cool. And I'm not exactly sure what PACT need to do. There's been a lot of defaults. They've been getting picked here and there by odd aggressive plays. I think they're just going to go back to what's been working early on. Just a standard default, work ladder control, phase them back out of upper B halls. Don't let them have any free info. Execute. And kind of play on your entries being successful. It's kind of what you did on Inferno.
Well, here we go, back into the action. There's the buy. Pretty damn strong, Manise. His aim pretty damn strong as well, Keith. Mighty Max has been clapped at the start of this round. A brilliant opener for PACT. Definitely what they needed when the pressure is on, and it looks like off the back of the frag, they are opting to pick up the pace. Flames trying to be the hero, does manage to get one, but immediately traded back. Sobol taking down Surreal. It's all down to Robin and Crucial in a matter of seconds. Robin the only one on the A-bomb site at the moment, so he's trying to stay alive in between the flames. They might not expect him to be here, to be fair. He will drop one. Ooh, could have gone for a second if he went for the wide swing. Not going to be the case, though. Will be traded pretty damn quick, and it's all on to Crucial, who I think, to be honest, saving might just favor him here, Keith. It's not the best kind of conditions to go for a 1-on-3, yeah, and he knows it. Will move away, but the buy into the next round going to be rough regardless for Endpoint. Not looking good in that sense. And again, like I said a few rounds ago when this happened previously, finding a few and then dropping a few is not bad for the T side. They'll be happy with that for sure. You would think on a map like Train at the very least, right? I would honestly argue at the moment feels a little more CT-sided than Nuke can be at times. Very dependent on the teams, though. And PACT, I guess, from what we've seen of them, much stronger T sides than CT sides. So definitely something to consider.
That is very true. This one's shaping up, though, isn't it? Full buy right in, and look at what Endpoint have to work with. I think Pactor's going to start to abuse B here. They know the money for Endpoint is going to be meh. Surreal has been somewhat easy pickings on his angle here, close ramp. Ooh, but his early smoke will deter. Nade and spam will send him back, and now they're just trying to bait out rotates and any freebie utility they can get out of the Endpoint boys' hands. Not a bad approach from Pact early on here, Scriv. I do like it. And if Manice could find this player, imagine. No. Been a long time since I've seen that boost work.
Oh, Mighty Max might get overlooked here. I don't think they're going to expect him fully. Oh. 1, 2. The second checks. That's the bomb, but he manages to find Lunatic as well. Absolutely massive. Smoke goes down, and now the cavalry is on the way. This is huge for Endpoint, actually. 2 AKs retrieved. 3 members here. The bomb at their feet. And the T's have got to try and come back. Absolutely massive stuff from Max. It's not incredibly flashy. It's not the hardest shots of his career, but perhaps some of the most important of the third map so far. Wow. And they're going to move to safe here, Keith, on the T side. That's incredible. Max has indeed done it. Surreal obviously finds one of his own outside there, but the round's just not going to happen, and they have accepted that.
That is so brutal. The fire will spread to Mighty Max. He somehow still gets the kill on Darko. Manice all the way back in spawn. His head is gone, and that is more like it from Endpoint. I mean, look at the turnaround. They get 3 AKs, Scriv. That is a return on investment. Round 13. Pact will be broken. And good on Mighty Max, the man who essentially won him the whole round. And Pact not having any answers. I feel like speed was their friend. But now Endpoint have really started to shut them down. Impressive stuff, just like Dust 2, really.
Just like Dust 2. Question is, will there be another drop-off, just like Dust 2? Obviously, time will tell. We're not quite there just yet, but we'll have to see. Should be a slow one on this for Endpoint. A slow burner that eventually will ring successful. But you never know. With the previous round, it does set the precedent of things being a bit crazy. That nade is a nice way of perhaps, though, securing things here. Got to be careful not to lose too many members, but overall it looks pretty good. The smokes are kind of nice. They're rushing in. Flames is a little caught, unsure of where he's getting peeked from. Robin falls, but Flames looks nice and clean. And he gets another and an AWP. Ooh, this is perhaps messy, but no. Surreal survives, finds the frag. Does come close again, right? Max left on 10 HP, but Endpoint up to 8 and have themselves a pretty hefty lead to work with now.
Yeah, that is hefty. For Manice, he's been good, but Scriv, his teammates have been falling short. Been a while since we've seen a true execute from Pact. Kind of just getting cut down before they even get the chance. So I'm looking for them to get the first pick and really work for that 6th. Flames. Into ladder. He's peering up, so we're not going to test him as much as maybe he wants to. And that's because they're out. Robin playing around E-Box. 2 kills, Endpoint. You blink and you miss it. I mean, Pact trying to execute without control. And I mean, that is the outcome.
Yeah, pretty big. Endpoint have really turned this half upside down towards the tail end of things. Really looking good for them. And the final round of the half is anything but for PACT. Of course, got to buy into it. Going to try and put together the best they possibly can, but it's just not looking good at all. Speed being employed, though, Keith. It seems to, from time to time, be successful for teams. And, well, it's looking kind of good early on, right? Mighty Max caught in disarray, trying to stay alive. Does find one. The Mac 10 hot on his heels. He ends up falling, but a quick trade from the rest of the boys. Meanwhile, over on the bomb train, there's a lot of bodies, but they are falling into the grave. Robin with a nice 2K to finish us off. Endpoint will find double digits, and they will find themselves a very nice half. Can PACT come back in a second? That's the real question.
I mean, we're looking at like the lack of CT side prowess from PACT. So it's a map endpointer deadly on, jumping over onto their T side with 10 rounds. You win pistol. I mean, how do PACT fight back? I think they need to come out, take the gloves off, then the tape, and go bare knuckles. It's really their only shot. Surprisingly flat, I think, is the best way to describe that T half script.
Oh, and there are the loot bet odds. Very heavily in favor of Endpoint, actually. Like, very much so. Surreal finding a 2K out of nowhere. 3 coming in for Surreal just instantaneously. Goofy's on the bomb train. He also falls. It's all onto Sobol and the pistol. Surreal will get his 4K. Oh my goodness. Blink and you miss those first 3. Endpoint move up to 11. An explosive start to their T side. And you can see why indeed it is successful for them. Sure, they've got flames coming in, but I think the core are so comfortable on this map that they should be able to take it over the line cleanly. That's the way that it's looking. With the tail end of the first half, and now a strong start into the second. If they get through this force buy, I'm very confident in their finish.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there, Scriv. PACT. They've been liking those nades. They get the damage onto Surreal. Lunatic up high. Able to find the shot, but he is going to get the first strip. Dang. Darko Deagle, hang on a minute. These Deags could be deadly, but Mighty Max, the anchor for Endpoint, hangs on 1 HP. Sobel, we know he can do it, but now he just needs that quick headshot onto Flames. Oh. Denied.
D_nied. Pretty damn close though, eh? A bit scary for Endpoint. Some nice heroes in the mix in the form of Mighty Max, in the form of Flames. But maybe don't make that one a habit, to be honest. The force buys can be sort of crazy, and I think the thing is as well, maybe with the way that PACT have been controlling their money, they perhaps weren't expecting a force buy from them, which is why they employed so much speed on towards that A bomb site. Which, from our perspective, ill-advised. But when, you know, the boys are going, it's alright, they'll only have USPs, it'll be fine. Max tapping away, shooting gallery in full flow. He just sits there and shoots, and sometimes he hits a head. Other times it takes 4 bullets, but nonetheless he gets a 4K. The easiest one of his life, just literally clicking head. And Endpoint very quickly up to 13 here, Keith. It is, oh my goodness, dangerous territory for PACT. So dangerous. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess he doesn't just stand there. He does counter-strafe. Dodging and weaving, doing his best Neo impression. And it's actually quite good. I have seen Max's Neo impression. It's uncanny.
Is that a joke, or does he actually?
No. He looks very different.
Okay.
Just open up your HLTV, have a look. You know, he's got the glasses, and I think he would rock a leather trench coat, but...
Yeah. Okay. He just needs to play for FaZe for 2 months, and we can call him Neo.
Got him.
Not bad. Not bad, Scriv.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I see what you're getting at. I'm all for it.
Yeah. See, apparently I look like Neo, people have told me.
You look like Neo. You look like... There's a bunch of things that people are spamming in chat that apparently you look like. So, who knows? Chat seems to know more than I. As Endpoint have lost the first kill. It's been a while since that happened. A man down. Make it 2. There's Mace with the op. I think he's really going to thrive on the CT side. And the bonus guns from Endpoint. Nada.
Yeah, not a beat. Not a beat. However, it is a very long road ahead for PACT. I hate to, you know, be the negative Nelly about it, but it is going to be tough here. This is a great start, especially if this fight is won. But no, Crucial will take down Sobol. So any frags that he finds, they're going to buy in the next round regardless, right? So any frags that are found by Crucial here, kind of keeping that wound fresh, keeping that wound open of the fact that, you know, look at us, we're on 13 rounds and you're only going to be on 6 at best. No one else comes his way, though. He winds the clock down, takes his AK into the next round. Fair argument. Got a bit of utility left, right? And plenty of cash to buy up the utility he doesn't have. And he's a bit of a cash cow for the Endpoint side. So, decent enough result in the end for Crucial himself. But the team of Endpoint not going to be happy with that one. A very, very, very decisive first rifle round. Sorry, second rifle round. Going the way... Oh, first rifle round.
Yep, you're right.
Confidence, dude. Confidence. Goddamn. Either way, very decisive for PACT and a really good sign of what's to come.
Oh. Trades awkwardly. Manisa's op again continues to deliver for PACT. Endpoint. A man down, saving grace already on 13, as we can see. And Sobol, all the way back in B site. Going to be playing for that retake, as he probably should. And Surreal's going to send him all the way back. I mean, look how far back Sobol's willing to go. Worth it. Wow. Until that happens.
Ooh, Manise will drop him, left on 5 HP, so retake in full flow, definitely not impossible. Flames is in a great spot, but he's been spotted. Goofy will drop him all onto Max to find 3. First comes in, second as well, and Max has brought it down to a 1-on-1 against the 5 HP up. Surely he wins this. Gonna peek out, takes it wide, takes it cocky, but he wins the clutch.
Wow. He has been the main consistency to me on this Endpoint side. Those 3 kills are dialed in, isn't he, Scriv? Looking good. He made me break out the dialed in, saying means you got to be playing good to get that one. And now they look for 15. Everything PACT had in the bank is into this round. So pressure, clearly at an all-time high.
Oh, absolutely. Very, very quickly here, the series under threat. Crucial's patience pays off. Darko gonna fall. Ooh, quick reaction from Goofy. Thought he was going down as well, but no, left on 6 HP, but still able to even things back up. Not perfect, not ideal. The nade. Oh, he survives. Here's it coming. Gets out of there. And well, is 4 HP much worse than 6? Probably not, to be honest. Same kind of scenario. You're still 1 shot away from death. B-bomb site going to be the second port of call here for Endpoint. Great flash. Meanwhile, creeping in round the side. Oh, Sobol robbed of the opportunity. Goofy still alive. somehow finding a frag. The molly can't get anywhere near him, right? So he has to just bail out completely. Meanwhile, Crucial again. Patience pays off. And there go the remaining 2 players. Robin with a double spray down up to 15. Map and series point. And it seems very, very quick that we've ended up here.
It's been a pretty quick train game, hasn't it? I don't think there's been a lot of messing about in either side's T sides. Like, their defaults haven't been like as slow and prolonged as most train games. Executing with 20-30 seconds, not really the case here. There's action typically within the first minute in most of these rounds, whether it be a pick or an execute forming. It's kind of just what we're looking at, isn't it? So 15 for Endpoint, looking to end it here. MP9s, 1M4 Deagles. And of course, it's Endpoint getting aggressive again. The first, but traded script.
Yeah, not looking good at all. Look at all those frags coming in for the T side. Lunatic does get 2. Third is certainly on the cards, but no. Robbed. It's all onto Sobor. 1 versus 2. Oh, no. That's a rough way to end it. That is a rough way to end it, but it seemed all but inevitable at that point. They could have survived and hung on for 2 or 3 more rounds and then make the mistake. You know, the comeback when it's 15-6